everybody, how's it going? Stoudman coming back at you once again, and as you can see, my hair is messy, and as you can hear from the fan right next to me, I got a fan going because if I don't, it'll be way too hot to actually do this. It's in the 90s right now. Actually, since it's later at night, it's probably more like in the 80s if I'm lucky, maybe even the high 70s. So, yeah. It's pretty miserable if you don't have something, and I have to have a fan, so fan. Yeah, my hair is a mess because it's getting a little bit longer. I should probably shave it off. Shaggy carpet piece of crap on my head. Like, even before I put an actual carpet on it, it looked like a carpet. Just so everybody's aware in the future. Anyways, today I am here to talk to you about some Blu-rays that I recently picked up on Amazon. And these Blu-rays couldn't have anything less in common if they tried, you know. They couldn't have less in common if they tried, because one is a Disney Studio Ghibli movie and the other is a Cameron Crowe film. I wonder if Cameron Crowe ever did anything with Studio Ghibli. That would prove me wrong entirely. If anybody out there knows, call me on it. Yeah, I don't know if I told you about this, but no, I think I did. I cut my thumb, right? And still bandaged up. Anyways, let's get right down to it. One of these was a pre-order and the other was not. So I'm going to show you the one that was not a pre-order, the Studio Ghibli one. I picked up Whisper of the Heart on Blu-ray. Finally. This is one of my favorite Studio Ghibli movies. If you remember back when I got Princess Mononoke, I told you that was my favorite, and it absolutely still is. But if there's a second favorite, this is the one. I know a lot of people are probably going to say, like, well, that's kind of strange, because that one is really not, like, geeky or anything like that. It's just got a very basic love story, essentially. But it's so well done, and the artwork is so masterfully well done, and it's so well written, and everything about it is perfect. And I love the scenes with the cat, and it's just it feels so true to life, the way that life actually is, and the way that it works, and the way that things happen and whatnot. I feel a kinship with this movie that I can't really fully explain. But I will say this, I discovered it when, I believe it was TCM had this thing where they were doing like a whole like week-long, or maybe it was even a month-long celebration of Hayao Miyazaki and his movies with Studio Ghibli and whatnot. And so it was a month-long celebration, and it was one day out of the week, I can't remember what day it was, but one day out of the week they would show Miyazaki movies for like all day, essentially. I'm sure people have heard of things like this before. Like this isn't, Hayao Miyazaki movies weren't the only movies to have that treatment. You know what I mean? To have the, let's do a month-long celebration and have it all on one day. So 4 days out of a month, but you know, it's on a Friday maybe. So let's have all the movies on a Friday, and then the next Friday we'll have more movies, and the next Friday we'll have more movies, and the next Friday we'll have more movies, and all of them have something to do with Hayao Miyazaki or Studio Ghibli. So I believe it was something like that. It might have been something a little bit different, but if you look online right now and you look up at like TCM Hayao Miyazaki celebration, I believe there are some interviews with, I can't remember who, but there are some interviews that you can find online with a notable film director that I completely forgot the name of. I think it's a guy, I think he works with Pixar. So yeah, that being said, that's how I discovered his movies, is by watching that whole event that was taking place years ago in like 2006 or something like that. And so I discovered a lot of his movies that way. I had already known about Princess Mononoke, but I had not known about so many of the other movies that he had done. Right? So I didn't know about My Neighbor Totoro, and that's how I discovered that movie. I didn't know about Whisper of the Heart, and that's how I discovered that movie. I had never fully seen Spirited Away, but I had heard of it, and that's how I, came to love and respect that movie. I'd never seen Porco Rosso, and that's how I came to learn about that movie. So yeah, the one movie that really struck me and that I really fell in love with from all the movies that I had seen during that celebration was, of course, Whisper of the Heart. I was already in love with Princess Mononoke, but this one it struck a nerve. I don't know how, but I really wanted the movie, right? I wanted to be able to watch it again. So what I did is I went on eBay and I found a pretty good price on it ended up just being a single disc without the actual cover or artwork or anything. And so yeah, this for the longest time has been my only access to Whisper of the Heart. Is this disc right here with no case, no artwork, no nothing, just the disc alone. I mean, I don't know if it was a previous rental or what, but yeah. I mean, I don't know if you could tell, but I have seriously loved this movie. It's got a few scratches on it at this point. Still plays, but, well-loved movie. So, very glad to be able to pick this up. I know that Sean recently picked this up. I was very glad to hear that because I love the movie so much. And also, hey, I got a replacement for my DVD, didn't I? Because it comes with the DVD too. There you go. Don't bother with the movie rewards code. I already used it. Anyways, to move on from that, let's talk about the movie that I pre-ordered. Alright. So, this is a movie I saw a long time ago, and then last year I showed it to my friend Brandon, and he said, it's a pretty good movie. Yeah, I don't know if he really loved it, and since then he's kind of said, it's not that good, it's not worth buying, whatever. But, regardless, it was at a fairly low price for something that was a pre-order, so I figured, why the hell not? I'm sure it'll go down in price to, barely anything by Black Friday, and I'll regret my decision to buy it right away, but whatever. It was only $8 pre-order on Amazon, so I decided, what the hell, I'll pick up Vanilla Sky on Blu-ray. Not a huge fan of the cover art. I kind of like the original cover art better, but this isn't bad. It's interesting. It's just a different take on the cover and on the movie, in fact, with this cover art. The one thing I will say is that I've read some of the reviews for this and heard some of the people talking about the transfer quality on this, and it is not fantastic. I have actually seen pictures of the transfer myself as well, and pictures don't say everything when you can watch the movie yourself and see for yourself, but from the pictures that I've seen, and I have no doubt that they are, very revealing, it isn't the best Blu-ray you will ever own. It is not the best quality transfer you will ever own of this movie. And honestly, I would not fault people for sticking with the DVD over the Blu-ray. But for $8, I figured, why the hell not? And I don't know if you can read here at the bottom, but it includes the original theatrical cut and the alternate ending. You can actually watch the movie with the alternate ending on this. I'm not sure if you could do that on the DVD. Never owned the DVD because I don't know. By the time I wanted to pick it up, I was waiting for it to come out on Blu-ray, and it finally did, even though the transfer quality wasn't that great. It also comes with a bunch of other special features. Commentary by Cameron Crowe. 12 alternate scenes with commentary by director Cameron Crowe. 2 new vignettes, Mask Test, and Kurt Russell's single take, apparently. Kurt Russell did a single take. Photo gallery with audio introduction by photographer Neil Preston. An interview with Paul McCartney. Music video Africa Shocks by Left Field and Africa Bambata. A gag reel, and more. So this is actually a really affecting movie. It's the kind of story that I really love to see, actually, because it really takes to heart, like, reality. And it tries to reveal certain things about reality that that don't really get talked about or, you know, discussed or really taken seriously the way that they should. And here in Vanilla Sky, they are very much taken seriously, very much respected and appreciated, those aspects of life. But it also has this predictive fiction part to it. It's got this predictive science fiction going for it, where you don't know exactly what's going on, but eventually you discover that there is something going on related to science fiction and, you know, high-tech stuff that doesn't exist today, but who knows, maybe exists in the future. And it's kind of like a futuristic fairy tale of sorts, but it's more of a realistic approach to that futuristic fairy tale and, you know, foretelling of the future, I guess. I really dig those kind of stories, and those are actually the kind of stories that I want to write myself, because it feels more real and it feels more true, because we're talking about something that could actually happen someday. You know, we're not talking about something that's completely out of the realm of possibilities. We're talking about something that could actually happen. And in this movie, the subtext is also dealing with a lot of stuff that is actually happening. So it helps to tie everything together and make it feel even more real. So I really, really dig Vanilla Sky. I know a lot of people are not a huge fan of it, but I thought it was a really good movie. So for $8, why not? It was like $8.25 or something like that. I can't remember exactly how much, but it wasn't too expensive. So yeah, these were my Amazon pickups this week. Interesting choices, right? Yep. Well, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Peace.